simple things that I did that ultimately changed the game and led to my weight loss. I was embarrassed to post the what I eat in a day. I had been struggling for years. That really changed the game for me. It's been a while. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Tyler Gomez. I lost 40 pounds last year. Let's talk about it. Before we get started, and subscribe, follow for more. I'm gonna be doing a whole slew of weight loss content because I've been documenting my weight loss journey a lot on TikTok and Instagram and even YouTube Shorts. But I need this long form platform to really dig deep and let you know all the tea, because it's but so much I can say in 3 minutes. With talking about weight loss, I think it's such an emotional topic. I have strong emotions about it. Weight has been something I struggled with since a child. I think it's easy to misconstrue things, and people tend to be very sensitive when it comes to talking about weight loss matters. So I feel like I need to be able to fully explain myself and just have a safe space to really let you know exactly what I did to lose the weight. There's two camps. There's the people who bully you into weight loss.
Do I miss eating junk food? No, I don't miss having a big back and not being able to see my toes in the shower and having cystic acne and chronic yeast infections.
I personally think it's funny. I love tough love, but I also don't want to bully people into weight loss. I don't care that much, frankly. There's this side that's super duper coddly. They don't want you to feel any discomfort. If you feel any discomfort, then don't do it. If you live life that way, you're gonna do a bunch of unimpressive things and live an unimpressive life because you're afraid of discomfort. So I am somewhere in the middle. Soft but firm, tough but not a bully. And if you like that kind of real straight shooter, but I'm not gonna bully you into submission kind of language, then stay tuned because you're in for a treat. I cannot stand the way you. I started at 172 in December of 2024. I went to the doctor. Now this was after a month-long bender, baby. I was December is my birthday month, and I just think it's one big party, and that's the way I like to live my life. Don't judge me. After a bender, I went to the doctor in December 2024, and I weighed 172 pounds. At that point in time, I had been casually trying to lose weight. I've been trying to lose weight since, if we really want to be honest, I feel like I've been trying to lose weight since high school. Going to college, you gain the freshman 15. I feel like all I remember from freshman year of college is eating Domino's with my college boyfriend. A lot of weight. But the thing is, I was always working out. I remember working out in college. I remember working out in London. And right before the pandemic hit, I started dating a new guy who was super fit, nutritionist. And then at college, I got down to 140. And then the pandemic hit. And what did we do during the pandemic? We ate and we drank. And I moved to LA and I went through a breakup and I ate and I drank. It was at one point I was drinking a bottle of wine a night because it was the pandemic. There are no rules. It's a pandemic. 21, post-pandemic, I was like, you know what? My stomach is doing something it did not used to do. I am not looking the way I used to look. And it's so funny because I remember looking at my ex thinking, damn, he really gained weight. That's so sad. I felt bad because I was like, damn, he used to be so fit, and this is what this relationship did to them. Lo and behold, it did the same thing to me. We're just trying to lose weight all through 2021, 2022, 2023, just trying to lose weight but not being really successful. And I feel like it's because I wasn't super locked in. It was this casual thing, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight but I'm not tracking calories, or yeah, I'm trying to lose weight but I'm not working out every day. It was I wanted the weight to fall off effortlessly, and that's not how it works. When you've developed a habit and you're not really breaking the habits, it's going to be hard for the weight to just fall off. You kind of have to change your habits and then the weight will fall off. I want to provide that context that I have been struggling to lose weight, and I've been off and on this weight loss journey since 2021. Very lax, very off and on. And I feel a lot of people are in sort of realm, to lose weight, but not really going full-fledged into it. These simple things that I did that ultimately changed the game and led to my weight loss. Because I had been struggling for years, but at the beginning of 2025, I was so tired of my own shit. I was embarrassed to post the what I eat in a day. It was the ones that really blew me up on TikTok and Instagram, that and the dating stuff. Those were my bread and butter. I was embarrassed to post those because I was bro, I've been trying to lose weight for 3 years and I look the same. This conviction Like, I got really into spirituality into 2023, and I just felt on my heart, I was like, no, like, you don't need to run away from this. I felt very ashamed to want to lose weight. Like, you know what? I'm gonna lock the fuck in. Like, I'm gonna actually get serious. Mindset about it is so pivotal. Are in this lukewarm in and out, like, oh, I'm gonna try, but not that hard. You start to get defeated because you don't see the results. But when you really peel back, it's like you're not seeing the results because you're not putting in the adequate effort. You're putting in some effort, or maybe you have the desire, but is the effort matching the desire? Because you can want it really bad, but if you're not trying really hard and trying in the right way, you're not going to get the right result. Number one thing that I changed was my mindset. I remember for a while I was like, I don't want to track calories because I don't want to become obsessed with it. A lot of stuff on the internet that was like a lot of coddling stuff, a lot of things that I think came from a good place. Like, people really wanted to prevent people from getting EDs. Calories, that's ED, like, this is wanting to lose weight is fat phobic, and it was all this stuff. And I think I internalized that to, okay, one, wanting to lose weight, maybe I shouldn't want to lose weight. Maybe I shouldn't talk about wanting to lose weight, and maybe I shouldn't like put that much energy into losing weight because then I might get an ED. It was like a lot for me to consume, even though I didn't have an ED. But when you're seeing all this stuff on social media, you get nervous. Saying I would track, but I just don't want to get obsessed with it. Like, I don't want it to be this obsession. Because I saw other people on social media talking about they were obsessed with calorie counting. I had to learn to take the social media stuff with a grain of salt. If this does not work for you, do not internalize it. Creators that can help us on our journey, and there are so many creators that did help me on my journey, but then there are some that just aren't helpful to your ultimate goal. So you got to think about what your goal is. If they're giving you information that's helping you, pushing you towards that goal, or pushing you away from that goal. For a long time, I was afraid to track and really be diligent about my tracking because I didn't want to become obsessed with it. I started seeing the most results when I became obsessed with it. And listen, I wasn't obsessively like checking the scale. I became obsessed with the process of it. I became obsessed with researching, how does weight loss even work? Like, what is happening in my body when I lose weight? Like, I got granular about it. What different foods did in my body. I listened to a ton of podcasts on it. I'll link them below. I really wanted to understand how food impacted how my body looked. And I think becoming obsessed with the process is good. Any goal you have, if you want to be a doctor, goals, it's easy to see, okay, you should put effort into it. You should become obsessed with studying and obsessed with acing your test and all this, that, and the third. But it's like, if you want to change your body, like, you can't be obsessed with it. Especially something as personal and habitual like eating patterns. Like, it's gonna take a lot of intentionality for you to change your eating patterns because you've been eating like this all your life. It's autopilot. It's so easy to just stay on the path unless you truly course correct. And that only comes from intentionality, which I kind of call obsession. Technical, it's really just intentionality. Not being afraid to be obsessed with my weight loss was pivotal for me to actually lose weight. Definitely underestimate how much we eat, or overestimate. I think the only way you'll actually know is by tracking. So if it's one thing you take away from this video, track your damn calories. That leads to the second thing, the lifestyle shifts that I made. Research, I learned about cortisol and I learned about hormone health. On birth control for 10 years. Like, okay, birth control could be holding me back. So during that time when I was like struggling to lose weight, I was like, did I try everything? Like, did I actually try everything? I tried everything, so I need to actually try everything before I get this frustrated. I got off of birth control in like 2024. Yeah, and I feel like it took like a year for it to clear out of my body, to be quite honest. Whole video on my birth control journey, because I feel like the biggest things, if you want tangible things, I think not drinking alcohol and stopping birth control were the biggest tangible things that I did. But a lot of mindset shifts had to happen for me to even get to that place. At the hormone health, I realized that maybe doing the higher intensity, the heavy lifting, I don't think that was doing me any favors. Plus, when I thought about what I wanted my body to look like and my goals, I wanted to be thinner. I want it to be smaller. I want it to shrink, I guess. And I didn't really want to put on muscle. In doing the research, I realized that, okay, you do want to put on muscle, but if you want to lose fat, you're going to have to be in a calorie deficit. And if you want to put on the muscle and like do body recomp and like replace the fat with muscle, you're going to have to do some strength training, but maybe not huge big weights to build big muscles, but doing smaller weights but higher reps. So Pilates and strength training really works for me and my body agrees with it. The research, that's why I can't recommend doing research enough, because that changed everything. Once I understood it, it was easier to just adopt it. And now everything's kind of on autopilot because I have that understanding. I remember this podcast of this like bodybuilder or trainer or something, but she was talking about how Pilates doesn't make you skinny. Like Pilates isn't gonna make you burn all this fat. It's like low intensity. But the thing with Pilates that makes it easier to lose weight is because it's not high intensity, so you're not going to get super hungry after doing it. So that's why it's easier to stay in a calorie deficit. Just the Pilates, that's the magical solution. It's the Pilates plus a calorie deficit. So happens to be easier to stay in a deficit when doing something like Pilates because it's not as high intensity. Really changed the game for me. For my workouts, I use this app called Ladder. I'm using my link. I get a little kickback, you get a little kickback, you know, we're both happy. Team Define, and that's a mix of Pilates and strength training. The lifestyle shift I made is walking 10K steps. People had talked about 10K steps all the time, but more movement in that's like low intensity, that's not gonna spike your hunger levels, that was pivotal. And for me, 10K steps was easy to do. Okay, I don't want to say easy as in, oh, you can do it without trying. Easy as in you have a goal, you know what you're aiming for, and once you hit it, it's easier to keep doing it and repeating it. Not easy in the sense that it doesn't take effort. First month doing the 10K steps thing, it took a lot of intentionality because I'm like, wait, how long do I have to walk? For me, 10K steps happens when I spend about an hour on the treadmill. Maybe it's a 30-minute walk here and 30-minute walk back, equates to 5 miles. Had to find it to fit my schedule. For me, it works out because I have editing to do, I have emails to answer, and that's really easy to just do on a treadmill. I think that routine really just made the 10K steps easier. For it to be a little challenging at first, anything worth doing might be a little challenging. We're getting to this place as a society where we think like things are supposed to be effortless. No, they look effortless because the people doing them have developed the habits, but they're not effortless. Things are supposed to be easy, really holding us back from greatness. I think things are supposed to be easy. When things get hard, you're gonna think, oh, this isn't for me. No, if you want it, it's for you, but you gotta do the work to get it. It's not even worth thinking, oh, it's easy for them. Oh, they get, what's the point in thinking that? Okay, and thinking about how easy it is for them isn't gonna make it easier for you. If thinking about how easy it is for them is going to make it harder for you because comparison is the thief of joy, don't even think about them. Be so focused on your own lane that you can't even think about how easy or hard something might be for someone else. Focus on you. Because once I started walking and I also started dating, oh my God, my friends gave me so much shit. But I was a walking date ass girl. I loved a walking date because it was conducive to my goals. You know what I had to stop doing? Eating out. I didn't eat out for most of 2025. Like, it's actually weird. I'm going out to eat tonight and I'm like, wow, I'm eating out again. And like, my boyfriend likes going out to eat, so I do eat out, and I can do a whole video on how to eat light when eating out. But yeah, I didn't eat out for a while. We're so afraid of like temporary loss. We don't think about like the bigger picture. Like, not eating out for most of 2025 was good for me. I learned how to cook really yummy meals, which I actually made a whole meal guide on those meals. Check it out, especially if you don't know how to feed yourself healthy meals. The meal guide is a perfect place to start because it really empowers you to just cook healthy meals. And I talk more in depth about my weight loss journey, and it's all written out. It's great. I recommend it. Check it out. Eating out, I had to find different hobbies because eating out was a hobby of mine. And it's so funny when I think about when I first moved to LA, I was eating out like multiple times a week. I'm like, girl, you're eating like 1,000 calories for one meal. Of course you're gonna have some struggles with your weight drinking all these drinks, maybe 2,000 calories at a sitting. About what fills you up with joy, which is like easier said than done, but I feel like a lot of people derive a lot of joy from food. And look, food should be joyful, but I think if food is your main source of joy, it's gonna be very hard to lose weight. You're gonna be devoid of joy if like happiness comes from like eating donuts and ice cream. It's gonna be really hard if you cut that out. I found like replacing it with something else was helpful. Like, who's in the gym can tell you it gets addicting and it gets fun. Lifestyle shifts were honestly the biggest part. Another lifestyle shift is with my friend hangouts. My friend hangouts became very, either we're working out together, walking together, out and I'm cooking you dinner or you're cooking me dinner. Like, I think before, a lot of my friend hangouts were like, let's go to this party or let's go to dinner, and it was just not conducive to the wellness lifestyle that I was trying to build. So now, like, let's go hiking at 9 a.m. in the morning and I'll cook you dinner. Like, that just became to socialize and also stay within my goals and save some money, because eating out, that gets expensive. Friends on the wellness journey with you just makes it so much easier. Like, I have friends who are trying to force shots down my mouth on their health kick, and it's easy to find someone to walk with. And I would say, if you don't have a group of friends like that, find them. You might have to lead that charge if you want to live that life. I would say, you know, sign up for a Pilates class, invite a friend, maybe make it a standing date. Standing dates are so helpful. Or, you know, make friends in the Pilates class. You know, make friends who are aligned with the life you want for yourself. That will make it easy. It goes for partners too. If you're misaligned on lifestyle, someone's gonna change. And the last big shift that I made is I cut out alcohol. Alcohol was really holding me back, and that was one of the bigger pieces of the puzzle. I say alcohol and birth control, those things were really like just keeping me in the weight that I was. For a while, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to give up alcohol. And then I had to like take a step back and think, like, how bad do you want it? You can't give up alcohol to reach your goals, then you clearly don't want it bad enough. Like, alcohol is not that important. And I know there's probably someone watching this, and I've lost them. They're like, what are you talking about? I can't imagine being in my 20s and not drinking. Either you want it or you don't. When you consume alcohol, your body stops burning fat. So are you really gonna let tequila stand in the way of you and your dream body? That's crazy to me, but maybe it's not crazy to you. And you know what? If it's not, if you like it, I love it. Except I don't love tequila. My body doesn't agree with it. Traded in my vices for vanity, I got a lot happier. 3 major shifts that I made, I became obsessed with it, changed my lifestyle, and I cut out alcohol and birth control. Those 3 things really led to my weight loss. I feel like people think the only way you can lose weight or significant amount of weight is through the help of GLP-1s. That's not the case. While it can be helpful for some people, I didn't take them, and I don't think they're necessary for everyone to lose weight. I've been so frustrated. I've been at the end of my rope. I remember thinking, like, I'm just gonna like learn to be happy in the body I have. Like, I think body acceptance should come as a consolation prize for not having the body you want. I think you should accept your body throughout your life because it's yours and it's the only one you get. But if you want to make some healthy changes, do it. Shit, you only got one. I feel like I was put on this earth and I went through this journey to really empower others. I just remember feeling so defeated and so unhappy, and I just want you to know that, like, this didn't come easy to me. You know, I struggled too. I was at the end of my rope too. I thought something was wrong with me too, and I just want to empower you to know that's not the case. You can have the weight loss that you want, and I'll hold your hand through it. If you want a resource, I made a whole meal guide called Eat Like Me, and I put my heart and soul into it. Everything I learned about weight loss is in it, from meals to eat, how I view carbs, what exercises I do, how to snack, how to eat when eating out, my thoughts on alcohol. It's all there. True list, super helpful. I have a lot of satisfied customers, and I really just made it with the intention of empowering people to learn how to feed themselves healthy meals. Hope this video has been helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.